Okay, so you may well it might be better if you could bring out the ready roll puff pastry. It comes on a greaseproof sheet and it'll speed up the process. I've got the flat pack version just in case. So you're going to take your rolling pin, going to make sure you've lightly floured your worktop, press down onto the pastry. Mine's been in the fridge so it is quite hard. Press it till it creates like a ridge, rotate it 90 degrees, press again. It will create a bit like a quilt effect or a duvet effect. Rotate another 90, go again. Like I say, mine's quite stiff because it's been in the fridge. One more time. This is important, we want to keep the sides as level as we can. We roll forwards and backwards. It's a bit like having a steering wheel on a car. Alright, if you put more pressure on one side it'll go longer, so it's even pressure and you always roll forwards and backwards. So forwards and backwards. Maybe get your pastry out of the fridge a little bit earlier. Yeah, so we're rolling, we're lifting. We always need to be able to keep moving the pastry, and we go again. Try not to put too much flour on, it will dry out your pastry, so it's just enough to stop it from sticking. We haven't got lots. If you're going to roll it out, it needs to be the length of your rolling pin and then maybe sort of just 2/3, 3/4 the other way. Alright, try to get as even as possible. Alright, I'm going to be using just a pasta sauce, so I've just got a tomato and grilled red pepper. You can use tomato puree. I just find that tomato puree is a little bit bitter, so I've elected to use this. So just a couple of tablespoons. So I've used a dessert spoon to try and get it in the jar a bit easier. Palette knife, put your finger on the top of the blade. We want to go to the outer edges, so we're not actually leaving a border, we're going to the outer edges. And I want a thin spreading all the way across. There we go. Look. So please don't bring in pesto. Pesto has pine nuts in it. Pine nuts some people could be allergic to, so just a regular pasta sauce. I just made sure that this one was just a regular little tomato sauce rather than having pine nuts in. So spread out. There we go. Next we're going to need to grate our cheese using a yellow chopping board. So rolling pin's not required anymore. Get my yellow chopping board out. If you want to speed up and make time more efficient, you might choose to grate your cheese at home. Alright, it's about 125 grams. I'm going to do a guesstimation. There is no hard and fast. So literally grating the cheese. Try to avoid buying ready grated cheese, it is rather expensive. You don't get as much and it has an anti-caking agent in it which can have a funny flavour. So block of cheese is much more cost effective. Okay, I'd pick a strong flavoured cheese such as a cheddar, double Gloucester or a red Leicester. So grated cheese, and we're now going to go for a sprinkling, again all over. It's a bit like a pizza in a way, but with a pastry base. So we're going all the way across. I have put on the recipe, optional, I've not brought it today, you can put ham on, you can put pepperoni slices on, or you put on a bit of really what you fancy. Avoid something that's highly in water, so onion or pepper, where as the water comes away, it will break apart and we don't want that. So, just a light covering the cheese. All the way along. Those are the nice little bits. So if you've not used tomato, if you've used tomato puree and not sauce, you might want to add a sprinkling of mixed herbs. I've got herbs already in mine, but I do like a bit of black pepper, so it looks like somebody's used that before. Didn't realise that the lid was on. So I'm just literally going across, a bit of cracked black pepper. We have this in school. We also have the mixed herbs, so you won't need to bring that in. Lid back on. So my advice, little tip and trick, is literally just tap the cheese down. It stops it moving about, and then we're going to roll. Don't worry about your hands too much. So take your edge. We won't be able to help you, so Miss Klein, Mrs Woodward won't be able to help you. You are going to have to work totally independently to do this. So I'm gathering up just with my finger and my thumb, working my way along, tightly rolling. Alright, creating like a pinwheel it's called. So that's why it's called a pizza pinwheel. Once you've got it rolling, take your hands, keep it as tight as you possibly can. I literally can roll now. I can feel it's not particularly tight. So roll, roll, and there we go. So from here, baking tray doesn't need any grease on because we're going to produce quite a lot of fat from the pastry. I am just going to wipe down my worktop so that we've not got any mess going on the outer edge. Catch it in your hand as you go. So you will need a yellow board to go underneath. Sharp knife, you'll get a better cut through. Try to keep it as round as you can, maybe shape it. They will spread. You are only going to have enough space though for one tray's worth. Unfortunately, with the ovens that we're using, you'll only have a tray for yourself. So we are going to have to put them together. Note to Mrs Crossley, maybe a little bit less tomato. Just want it to have plenty of flavour.